Good morning and welcome. Great to have you here. Could not have a better day if I was by myself. It's way better with you guys here. So great to see you. Good morning. It's 7:47. We have Super Bowl champions. We have a lot going on. And then we got some music. Oh my God. All right, let's get you guys all started. Good morning, Marianas. It is wonderful to see you in here this morning. And it is the day after the Super Bowl. It is Tuesday morning here in the Marianas, 7:46 a.m. And my goodness, do we have a beautiful day lined up for you today. It's going to be a busy one, too. So much stuff going on. In fact, I had to turn away a guest and reschedule for Thursday because of all the stuff that we have going on in here today. It's just nuts. But, man, what a perfect morning it is. You guys on the mainland, you're like, oh, it's the winter, it's cold, it's terrible. It is a cold day today, but the best kind of cold. It's 78 degrees outside. Humidity's at 69%. It is so comfortable. It is so refreshing. Just walking outside, it's just absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, it's got that nice cool breeze. And it's not muggy, hot, and you know the humidity goes down throughout the day. So it's only going to get a little bit better. But what a day it is. 78 degrees outside. Again, at the airport, humidity is at 69% humidity. It's not that bad. We're looking at partly sunny skies today, the high near 85. Winds out of the northeast, 15 to 17 miles per hour, but gusts as high as 22. And it's going to be like that all night. In fact, the wind's going to pick up a little bit. And that's why we've got the rip current statement and the high surf advisory, and it's going to be going on for the next couple of days. That's right, all the way till Wednesday night at 4 p.m. That's how long that's going to be going on because it's going to be blowing, it's going to be windy, and it's going to be nice and cool. So be careful if you're out there on the water. I know all kinds of surfing people are out there and enjoying it. And, man, I am not one of those people. I am not a surfing guy at all. I've tried it, sure, but I'm not that good at it. And I didn't have the full-on love for it, like probably if I was good. But either way, it's actually a perfect, the guys were telling me it was amazing. And holy cow, speaking of cows, we had the cow sighting on Friday. We got more whales over the weekend. And then we just had the battle between the Eagles and the Chiefs yesterday. And, I thought that was going to be a better game. I was hoping for a better game. I was hoping we were going to end up getting something that was at least kind of close, but it was not close at all. Well, that's all right. I'll tell you what, let's get you started, get you the headlines from the Associated Press, get you all caught up with everything that we missed. And because it's Tuesday for us and Monday for them, that means we're going to get the top of the hour stuff too. So let's get you all fired up with this update from the AP.
AP News, I'm Mike Hempen. President Trump is expected to pardon ex-Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich 5 years after commuting his sentence.
Trump already commuted Rod Blagojevich's 14-year sentence for political corruption charges during his first term. Blagojevich is a Democrat who appeared on Trump's reality TV show, Celebrity Apprentice. Blagojevich was convicted in 2011 on charges that included seeking to sell an appointment to then-President Barack Obama's old Senate seat. Blagojevich served 8 years before his term was cut short by Trump. Hayat Panjwani, Washington.
A federal judge has found the Trump administration hasn't fully followed his order to unfreeze federal spending, and he has told the White House to release all the money. Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen says the legal system is doing its job in not letting the Trump administration break the law.
Thank goodness for the courts. We've seen a flurry of court filings because we've seen such a flurry of illegal activity. I've never seen so many temporary restraining orders issued in such a short period of time against the U.S. government.
In Tel Aviv, the relatives of hostages held in Gaza protesting following the announcement from a Hamas spokesperson that it will delay the next hostage release. Hamas is accusing Israel of violating a ceasefire agreement. Israel and Hamas are in the midst of a 6-week ceasefire, during which Hamas is committed to releasing 33 hostages in exchange for nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners. The Philadelphia Eagles will celebrate their Super Bowl victory with a parade in the city on Friday. The Philadelphia mayor's office has confirmed the date and says in a social media post that more details will be released soon. This is AP News.
McDonald's is reporting weak sales to close out the year in the U.S. The 1.4% decline was between October through December. An E. coli outbreak in several states linked to onions and quarter-pounder hamburgers put a dent in demand. McDonald's did report strong sales growth in the Middle East and Japan. Back in the U.S., sales had been slow to start the year and began to pick up with the addition of a $5 value menu. It was extended through the end of the year. But McDonald's CEO says it's been a struggle for them and other fast food companies to bring in low-income customers. The E. coli outbreak was reported in October. One person died. That helped weaken sales numbers to close out the year. I'm Ed Donahue.
The United Nations says it has suspended its humanitarian operations in the stronghold of Yemen's Houthi rebels after they detained 8 more UN staffers. The decision affects the global response to one of the world's worst humanitarian disasters. I'm Mike Hempen, AP News.
All right, well, that's your update from the Associated Press. We're going to have another update from them in not too long from now. And yeah, the last makeup game of the season is on tap. By the way, you're looking down there. That is the Shack, our favorite place to go. The Shack Cam is in action this morning. So you got to go and check those guys out. They don't normally open till 8 o'clock, but when they do, oh my gosh, you're going to get yourself a steady dose of great food and love. Aw. I know, right? But they are outstanding. Anyway, it is now 7:54 this morning, and we're going to get into talk about some of these topics. But man, I will tell you that game last night, yesterday. I say last night like it was really like we're in the mainland or something. But watching the game yesterday was a heck of a thing. During the day, we watched it over there at VFW. Oh, go figure, VFW, where we had a whole bunch of people came down there. Got just under 70 people made it. And that's capacity over there, so that was pretty awesome. I had a whole bunch of prizes that we got from Marpac that we were able to give out, a bunch of shirts that we were able to give out as well. Ridiculous prices on beverages. I mean, like for a bucket of Michelob Ultra, it was $20, and every time you got one of those, you got an extra raffle ticket too. But all the food, all the beer, oh man, my goodness, it was a lot of fun, and everyone had a good time. In fact, I saw people acting a little bit more spirited than normal, and I don't know if it had anything to do with football. There was a great sprint that happened in Garapan after the game. Between that little short section of street in front of the VFW to the street just before Godfather's, and I have great footage of it. I don't know if you need to see it, but I think America demands this. I don't know. We might not share it today. It might not be worth showing for the show, but I can tell you that a lot of people that we know were involved in this, and it was just hilarious. It was great. I mean, just imagine a bunch of dudes in their 40s saying, I can still sprint. Yep, they can't. Even one went barefoot in the street. Yeah, well, at least it's the new street in Garapan. I mean, like, I feel like the world should see this. We do, Brad. We do. I know. Oh my God! No kidding. Slaughtered the Chiefs. It was a crush. I did not expect it to go the way it did at all. You guys got me tempted about showing this the video. By the way, I'm like, how much so is that I'm queuing it up. It is great. But man, it was great. By the way, Lisa, if you're able to go down there and bring the kids and all that stuff, just let me know. We'll figure that stuff out. I put this under fun for video. This had nothing to do with any of my other real life ventures. The only thing I was worried about this is that because I used the theme, I don't want to get dinged on it. But I think we're gonna. Let me just see if I can't. Yeah, there it is. So I need to bring that back. And then, okay. All right, we'll let you see it. All right. Yes, for VFW. Because, there were kids there, too, by the way. So that they were hanging out. They would have had stuff to do, too. Like, watch the game. They just wouldn't have had to. Yeah, we'll worry about all that stuff another time. That's not till next year again. All right, I'll let you guys check this out. This is something that happened in Garapan, and it was more exciting. What I love about it is at the end, just seeing how many people were in the streets of Garapan during the day. It was like a little takeover. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the gunshots there. It needed to have a little bit of extra editing. It was great. I'm telling you, it was like those memories of people sprinting through the streets. So thankfully, we had a couple of different camera angles on it, which I thought was great. Being able to see it like from up above at VFW was outstanding, right? We got to see them stretching off on the side and getting ready and pumped up, and boy, that was funny. And then that other view of sprinting right down to the finish line. So yeah, I picked up a couple of graphics. If you watch it again, yeah, down goes Frazier. I mean, in the moment, as I was doing that, I'm like, Chariots of Fire has got to be the music, and then down goes Frazier. Now, it's funny because I actually used the guy's name when I was doing the real audio. Is me saying "down goes that guy." It was just so much fun in the moment. And then afterwards, again, that whole intersection down there was just packed with people. It was like it was a block party because of how many people were down there. It was just mobbed, lots and lots of people all over the place, and a really good deal. So that was the place to be for sure. Appealing. That is awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, it was a lot of fun though. I mean, like everybody had a good time while they were down there. No matter where you went, you had a good time over at the Super Bowl. And let us know about where you guys went. Tell us about your Super Bowl for sure. Numbers are open, 789-2323, 670-789-2323. Let us know what you did for the Super Bowl. I checked in with my parents, and they stayed home, but they had filled in a bunch of those squares and everything, and they won like $750 from getting in for winning a bunch of that stuff. So, good job to my parents. Anthony Diaz-Taylor says, he keeps buffering. I'm not sure what's going on, my friend. Maybe that's got to be your internet connection, because I think we are streaming along just fine. All the settings that we got, everything's telling me that we are in the green and streaming just fine. Like no dropped frames or anything. So not sure what's happening. But thanks for trying. Keep trying. Keep trying to hop in. Are you watching? You got to be watching on the NMI News Service page. You could also check us out on the Good Morning Marianas page, because that works as well. And then you also have our YouTube channel, which is NMI News 670. So you can check us out on all those different places. But give us a call and let us know what you did for your Super Bowl. 670-789-2323. Hey, and if you're off island, you don't want to make that long distance call, you can WhatsApp call us at that number too. If you've got WhatsApp, you could definitely give us a WhatsApp call on that number and give us a ring. Join the show. Be a part of the program. It'll be a lot of fun. And it was, I mean, I'm surprised. I really thought that it was going to be a closer game. And I get we're not going to be all Super Bowl all day, but I mean, like, that was the biggest thing. That's the biggest cultural event that happened yesterday in the United States was the Super Bowl. And Jalen Hurts getting the MVP award as well. This is the guy who was benched during the national championship game for college. And all of a sudden, he gets his second trip to the Super Bowl. And he has one heck of a game. These guys were outstanding. It was great to see. Hey, good morning, John William. Great to see you also. Thanks for tuning in again today. Great to see you. Eric, wonderful to see you. Thanks for being back here again today. Peeling, my man. Louisa, down goes Frazier. Hey, Mariano, great to see you this morning. Ann, thanks for tuning in. Great to see you. All right, who else we got out there? Bruce, really good to see you, man. It was great. Trey Dunn is running, and he is watching. JJ, great to see you. Who else we got going on this morning? Just scrolling through. Ray, Jolene, thanks for tuning in this morning. All right, really, and that's about as far as I could scroll. Chris, great to see you all the way out there in Tacoma, Washington, man. You know, I know that there was something going on out there, and I'm not sure where he ended up going. Oh, man, I can't remember what was going on in Tacoma. Something was happening in Tacoma just the other day, and I can't remember what it is. Hey, Gus, Alpha Days on Tiro. Great to see you. Thanks so much for tuning in. Oh, yeah, he did. He was at Alabama, and it was great. I believe he's Oklahoma also, right? So great for him. Met with the ladies of the board. I'm just trying not to get fined. That's awesome. That's a nice deep cut. Only football fans getting that one. Met with the ladies of the board yesterday to go through some paperwork. Youth baseball is coming soon. That's awesome. So great. The Youth Baseball League. You know, they're putting so much work into getting softball back into school sports and eventually, hopefully we'll get baseball in there, but getting the Little League stuff in action again and really promoting and proliferating baseball out here is going to be a big deal. We already got the regular adult league. We even got the Masters League. So in the Masters League coming to a close, it's playoff time now. And that's it for these guys. So that's happening for the adults just fine. The women got softball going on. Everything is going in the right direction. Now it's just getting the kids league all started and ready to go. And that's going to be a big deal. I just can't believe we got to wait till September before we can start doing football stuff again. You know, it took me a while to get over the Bills' loss. And then after I did, I finally started watching a couple of the preview shows for what's going on with the Super Bowl and all that stuff. And now the Super Bowl, I got to watch all these post-game shows, so that'll keep me going for a little bit. But man, oh man. And then what? I guess the draft is the next thing, and free agency. You know, who's your team? Is your team going to be able to fill your needs with free agency, or are they going to wait for the draft? And who are the big guys you want to get in the draft? What's going to happen? What is going to happen to change the league by next season? There's a few changes I'd like to see made, for sure. But I wonder how this is going to go. All this time off between now and then is going to be crazy. So crazy. And then people are talking about dynasty. Ooh, is this the start of the Eagles dynasty? They won one Super Bowl. Relax. Let's pump the brakes. Do they have a good team? Hell yeah, they got a really good team. But is that dynasty? They won one. You can't start talking about that until they win like a couple, like in a row, right? Like what happened with the Chiefs? Chiefs are still damn good. Don't sleep on them. They might make it back next year. In fact, the odds are in Vegas right now, they said the Super Bowl favorites for next year, go figure, the Eagles, tied in second place, the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Ravens, all tied at second place as far as hopeful. And that's in Vegas. Who are the hopefuls? who's going to make it into the Super Bowl. And it's going to be in Santa Clara. That's right, where the 49ers play. That's where it's going to be. Could the 49ers make it back? I know there's a lot of Niners, bang, bang, Niner gang folks out here. They would love that. Is that what's going to happen? Are they going to make it back? I'd love to see the 49ers get back there. I'd love to see anybody make it there against the Bills. I know the Vikings fans, they want it. They had a great season, but who are they? They don't even know who their quarterback's going to be next year. Is it going to be Sam Darnold? Or is it going to be McCarthy? I don't know if it's going to be JJ. You know, the thing is, you figure he's going to be your guy, but he got hurt. Sam Darnold, you're not just going to kick him to the curb, but he's not a $40 million quarterback. Just take a discount. Take 15. Green Bay. Green Bay. Oh, my goodness. Well, at least you're ambitious. Wouldn't be bad. It says Apple needs to stop hosting the sports. There's no hype in their commentary, and the program performance just sucks. Well, I tell you what, Tobot, what we could do next Super Bowl, we could just do our own play-by-play. I won't be the MC at a bar. We'll just sit here and do our own little. We'll hang out. We'll have the screen in front of us so we don't get copyrighted. So we'll watch it, and we'll do our own play-by-play and commentary. And we'll be able to consume some beverages as it happens. I think that sounds outstanding. It'll be a lot of fun. See if I can't talk Trey into doing it too. He's definitely at no loss for words. And it would be a lot of fun to do it. I would really enjoy doing that. I wanted to do that during regular games this season. I started to, but you know what? I figured out early, a lot of it was the bandwidth capability of what I had in here. Now I think I could do it. I got it figured out. It was the combination of the computer I was using and that setup. I think I got it figured out. Brad, Taylor Swift's new breakup song will be performed next Super Bowl halftime show. Oh, no. Oh, that's so bad. Maybe that's why Travis Kelce didn't go and do the post-game presser. Because he knew what was happening. She's like, hey, I love you, babe, but if you don't win, we're going to have to break up. No! Tobot says, even when they do baseball, I switch to the Espanol feed. For Apple, I didn't know Apple's doing sports. Really, I had no idea. I didn't know you were watching it either. He's like, hey, enough football talk already. Oh, ouch. Hey, take it easy. That's my culture. True story it is. All right, I'll tell you what. We are going to get you the latest, because we want to get you the 8 o'clock AP feed. Because there's other stuff that's going on today. I've got a meeting at 9 o'clock, which is a really big one. And also, there is a big event over at CHCC today. You couldn't put a ring on it. Even better. That is even better. All right, we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we're going to get you the new update that just came out from the Associated Press. And then we're going to get you caught up with some of our regular segments. And we'll take your calls if you're calling here in just a little bit. So don't go anywhere. It's Good Morning Marianas. It is Super Bowl Tuesday as we break it down a little bit and talk about the things that are happening in our world, because there's still a lot of crazy stuff that's happening. No lie. All right, we'll see you guys in just a little bit right after this.
Hey, I'm Coach Derek Cutting, the owner and founder of Laddie Built Fitness. So no matter who you talk to here at Laddie Built, everyone feels that they are part of a family, part of a group of like-minded people. No one feels judged. No one feels like they're being teased or picked on or looked down upon because maybe they don't know what they're doing. They could be brand new and have no idea what they're doing. They might be overweight or really skinny and feel very self-conscious about themselves. But at Laddie Built, nobody judges here. And if you ask anybody here that might be in better shape than you or even not, but has experience in the gym, they will gladly help you through a workout and teach you a few techniques that can help you. So Laddie Built organically from day one, since the boot camp era, has organically grown this fostered environment of community and being a safe place, but a strong work ethic community of people that want to get work done. All I can say is that I put my heart and soul into it from day one. I treated everyone like that at the boot camp from the very, very beginnings, and everyone at the same time would treat each other like that from the boot camp era as well. And as we grew, as we got into a brick and mortar facility, we got bigger and bigger. I feel like people definitely just take this place as a home, as like their brother and sisters are working out next to them, not their enemy or not their competitor, So organically, it's just the vibe here is different. Everyone feels very, very comfortable, and I love the fact that it happened like that.
Paradise Dental's giving you the gas. Well, not that kind of gas. You already know that Paradise Dental has the most affordable coverage in the entire Marianas, and now we've got something special just for new customers. And now for a limited time, Paradise Dental is offering free gas vouchers for new signups for their coverage plan. If you sign up for a singles plan, you'll get a $10 gas voucher. If you sign up for a couples plan, that's a $15 gas voucher. And if you sign up for the whole family plan, that's a $20 gas voucher right after your first visit. So hurry down to Paradise Dental and sign up for the CNMI's most affordable dental coverage today. These gas vouchers are limited, and with smiles like these, you know they're gonna go fast. Welcome back. It is 8:14 in the morning here on Tuesday. We are shaking off the Super Bowl as geez Louise, the beatdown that the Chiefs got from the Eagles. Sorry, Denise. Sorry, James. Sorry, all you big fans of Chiefs Kingdom out there. And I don't hate the Chiefs. People are like, oh, you got to be going for the Eagles, right? I mean, you have to be going for the Eagles. I'm like, I just want a good game. But it kind of validated what I thought was going to happen. Because I'm like, I think they're going to keep them honest because their run game is so good. They're going to be able to hold up for a while. So, and it did. And the Chiefs never actually went to their run game. I think that was the big deal. Hey, good morning, Juan. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you. All right, hey, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to get you guys the latest update from the Associated Press. This one just dropped. So we're going to get you updated, up fresh, and then we're going to get you a little bit of history as well.
AP News, I'm Mike Hempen. A judge makes a ruling on federal funding.
A federal judge says the Trump administration has not fully followed his order to unfreeze federal spending. The judge in Rhode Island says the White House has violated his order from late last month, noting continued struggles to get federal money for things like early childhood education and HIV research. He says a broad, categorical, and sweeping federal funding freeze is likely unconstitutional and is ordering the administration to release all the money. The White House has said it's making good faith efforts to comply in a suit filed by nearly 24 states, including Maryland.
Thank goodness for the courts.
Where Senator Chris Van Hollen says a flurry of illegal Trump actions has drawn a flurry of legal challenges.
I've never seen so many temporary restraining orders issued in such a short period of time against the U.S. government.
Sagar Meghani at the White House.
U.S. District Judge George O'Toole Jr. is reviewing arguments over President Trump's plan to push out federal workers by offering them financial incentives to quit. Labor unions say it's illegal. Elon Musk has spearheaded the plan as a top advisor to the president. The recently fired head of the federal agency dedicated to protecting whistleblowers has filed a lawsuit saying he was illegally ousted by the president. Hampton Dellinger's termination with the Office of Special Counsel comes as Trump's Republican administration is overhauling the federal government. New Orleans police say the cast member who displayed a Palestinian flag with the word Gaza in protest during Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show will not face charges. The Philadelphia mayor's office says the Eagles' Super Bowl parade will be Friday. More details to come. This is AP News. The Eagles weren't the only big winners Sunday. Sportsbooks also came out on top in the Super Bowl. BetMGM Sportsbook and Caesars Sportsbook each report that Philadelphia's victory over the Chiefs was the most bet single sporting event in each of their histories. Caesars also said it was the first Super Bowl in which more game parlays were bet than the more traditional straight wagers. As for those Super Bowl ads, Ad Age editor E.J. Schultz says the more serious, reflective ads may have been the winners.
I do not think there are many ads that people are going to remember in a few days. There was a lot of celebrity humor, kind of clutter that all sort of blended together after a while. But I will say, I think the brands that tried to get a little more serious or emotional may have stood out because there was so much noisy comedy that the moments of quiet and reflection kind of stood out a little bit.
I'm Mike Hempen, AP News.
I don't know about any of that mess. I don't know about those commercials because I didn't think it was that big of a deal, the commercials. I didn't really watch them. I mean, granted, I was busy doing all my little MC stuff, running around and all that stuff, but I didn't think that the commercials really stood out at all. I mean, they had like a flag football commercial I saw. I saw that commercial with Snoop and Tom Brady. I thought that was a good one. But like the rest of them, I couldn't tell you what the other ones were. If there was one that you guys thought was the best, let me know. I've got them. I can show you. We could do a rundown of the commercial spots. But I don't know that I found one that stood out from any of them. I mean, they were basically, we could take a look at them for sure. There, let's see if we don't do this. 1 second. There, hold on. I'll share this with you guys here in a little bit. Doom. Yeah, we'll open this up. We'll bring it from the beginning, right? All right, this first one is from Booking.com.
With hotels and vacation rentals, Booking.com has something for everyone.
Seashells! You got anything more boutique?
Oui. Right this way.
Now we're talking. What about something more family friendly?
Maybe a resort with a water park?
Or somewhere less family friendly?
Yep, one Vegas hotel for the bride-to-be.
What if we hate everything?
We have free cancellation. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, Booking.com.
You wanna go fishing tomorrow?
Yeah.
I got a colonoscopy tomorrow.
Fellas, I accidentally threw a lame party.
Okay, Ted.
They're on their way. They're here.
You call this a party?
Cul-de-sac party.
Launch. These beers are a metaphor for an invitation.
Is that our leaf blower? Party at the sack.
You are cordially invited to the end of the cul-de-sac.
This is incredible.
Your mom smokes meat?
Oh, a smoker cuts grass.
Hell yeah.
I spent most of my money on this.
New rig? Fully custom. How many Bud Lights can you fit in that puppy?
As many Bud Lights as it takes.
A lot of Bud Lights. This cul-de-sac's popping.
Bill, get off the boat. The HOA's already breathing down my neck.
Not great. Coffee mate. Is it beer? That would be awful. All right, so far I'm thinking they're 0 for 3. Yeah, I think the Bud Light boycott's over because I drank a lot of them yesterday. All right, so that's 0 for 3.
What is that? Coming out to his ready. The acting method from the book.
There's a book?
He's preparing. He's doing his research.
I never did no research on nothing. Look where I'm at.
Exactly.
We're big time now.
You ruined it.
Do I ruin it, or do you have a breakfast named after you?
Oh.
Hey. What are you doing in there?
We're doing a Dunkin' Donuts commercial, right?
Right.
I'm just trying to find the character. I think I found a way in. You're from Boston. I'm from Boston. Dunkin' is Boston. Boston is Paul Revere. One if by land, two if by sea. The redcoats are coming.
You're an artist, and I know what that's like, but how long is it going to take
Oh
for
for 4.
the bean method?
I mean, I'll be ready in like 3 hours.
You should have paid for Matt.
I told you that.
Only from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
A little stiff. What, you got a job interview?
I'm doing the FanDuel Kick of Destiny 3 live Super Bowl Sunday. I'll finally be a kicker
I like the wig.
like I always dreamed.
The background.
It all comes down to this, folks. Yes, that's 3 points to win the Super Bowl.
You'll never be a kicker, Eli. You'll just have to be a quarterback like me and Dad.
I was born to be a kicker, Peyton. You'll see. FanDuel Kick of Destiny 3 is my destiny, Peyton. You and I both know this.
Not if I make it first.
All right, I give him this one. This one's good. That's good. That's 1 for 5. Oh my God.
I bedazzle my Frank's Red Hot because I put that on everything.
Paris Hilton is back.
Bottle plus Frank's Red Hot for life can be yours. Show me how you're kicking things up a notch with Frank's Red Hot for the big game. It could be any food: buffalo chicken dip, wings, waffles, ice cream, caviar, chips, pink chips. Loves it. And that's not just hot, that's red hot. So what are you waiting for? This bottle has your name on it.
I don't know. I think that commercial is 15 years too late for her. So, there you go. 1 for 6. Yeah, you're right. Saipan never stopped with Bud Light. Here we go. So 1 for 6 on the commercial so far.
Hey, what happened to Fast Life?
Not today.
What? Are y'all kidding me?
Nah. I mean, I like all 3 of them, but whatever. I'm guys go 1 for 7.
I can't believe they let us back in this place.
Why?
Hello?
Nobody remembers that.
Something wrong?
It's not doing it.
No good?
Nothing.
Well, we can't have that.
Yeah.
What's happening? Here we go. Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, boy.
So good. It's just. Woo.
Oh.
Aquafina.
This one's real.
Yes. Woo.
Lunch and a show, huh? How about that?
Now that is a sandwich. I'll have what she's having.
I'm competing with a condiment.
That's an old movie reference. I'm still going to go 1 for 8.
And apparently, they're foodies.
Oh, foodies. The worst.
Mr. Ramsey will need you to cook for them. You'll have access to everything the Area 51 Test Kitchen has to offer, including top-secret alien cooking technology.
Wait. That's just a Hexlab pan. I've got these at home.
Unfortunately, it was leaked 8 years ago. The pan was developed using material from an alien spacecraft.
What?
Extremely durable, but low friction. Created to deal with a thick egg-like atmosphere.
You're saying the pan I used to fry my bacon is made out of flying saucers?
We don't have time for a science lesson, Mr. Ramsey. The alien ambassador is already here.
Whoa.
Not her. Him.
Hey, what's up, dude?
You're an alien?
All famous people are aliens.
I'm not.
I meant like really famous people.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah. Huh?
I mean,
all right.
It's all right.
Crazy Puffs. Whoa.
Is this little Becky?
Birthday cake comes in. It is so
cute. My dad's eating Crazy Puffs again. Don't ask.
Whoa. Have you tried the new bacon ones?
There are bacon ones?
I mean, it's okay.
Pizza.
Not great.
Excuse me, would you consider playing us?
For the ultras.
Oh, we're kind of at a high level.
Fascinating.
You guys sure you want this?
Please serve. That was fun.
This is the commercial for Paradise Dental. They are the pickleball people.
You know we're professional athletes, right?
What sport?
I smell ultra.
Play for an ultra?
Okay, it's kind of dumb, but it's funny.
We're here, and when I woke up, gone. A night's morning, and I have an espresso coffee. Unforgettable.
This one also seems kind of lame, even though I like the people in it.
My jewels.
I must confiscate the evidence.
Don't forget to recycle.
Nespresso. What else?
Someone paid a lot of money for that.
We're out of Pringles.
Just blow in the can. Do it.
I'd like to thank our fans.
Do they have the same ad agency as the eyebrow people from Little Caesars? Again, somebody's paying for this stuff. We could come up with better things than that. Come on. CNMI, we're going to have to end up becoming some serious ad execs because we end up beating these. Like, these are really well produced. I give them that. But are they that good? No, they're so close.
Mustaches?
Yeah.
Those frogs were great, bud. Why? Sure.
I think you got my.
I like it.
No.
What's the matter, Miles?
My gauge has changed. You see this? Ain't no way I'm making this flight.
Oh, you're making this flight. Hold my oikos. Okay.
Miles, can I get your autograph?
We can make it. Thank you. You're stronger than you look, JT.
I know. Now give me back my oikos, big guy.
Oikos is packed with complete protein.
Still not really feeling it. Not really that good. I found two that were good.
Comedian by Mauricio Catalan worth $6.2 million.
What?
What?
That's a $6.2 million banana.
Are you kidding?
We need to find you another banana.
Bananas.
Gentlemen,
What a place you have.
who eats art?
Think you're supposed to say, hey, Meta.
Like, hey, Meta, who eats
art?
And then Meta would say,
Chris Pratt.
Hey, Meta, call my lawyer.
Ever since Reese's came out with their new chocolate lava big cup with a delicious layer of chocolate lava, people visiting the lava flows have been pretty confused.
That stuff looks delicious. I want to eat lava.
It looks so good.
Just a little taste.
Don't eat lava, eat chocolate lava.
Get in my mouth, lava. Don't eat lava. Eat ooey gooey chocolate lava.
It's lava time, baby!
Don't eat lava. Eat new Reese's.
All right, so I'll tell you what saves that commercial. Hold on, we got to pause that one. What saves that commercial is using, it's not profanity, but a little less tasteful. If that grandma on the scooter doesn't say baby, she says bitch, like then I'm dying. I'm dying at this commercial, all right? Just watch.
Just a little taste.
Don't eat lava, eat chocolate lava.
Get in my mouth, lava.
Like, that's funny.
Don't eat lava. Eat ooey gooey chocolate lava.
It's lava time, baby!
Yeah, just If she doesn't say baby, it's gonna have the same effect of like, oh my gosh, Happy Gilmore, Bob. Oh my God, how could I forget his last name? The Price is Right guy. Bob, come on. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't picture his last. I can't think of it. But anyway, but the same thing where he's like, the price is wrong. You take that. You're like, that's it. Oh my God. One more time. Just envision that same commercial with that. Like, then I'm in for this commercial. That pushes it. Bob Barker, thank you, John. My gosh. Anyway, that pushes that over the top. Let's see if this one works.
Mom, Dad, we have something to tell you.
Got Beckham.
Brother we never told you about. I'm sorry. So, what's his name? Other David. You called him Other David. If there's two Davids, one has to be Other David. Where is he?
Left him in America.
Are you
Beckham. Dave Beckham.
No way.
Hey, what'd you say your name was?
David.
Try one of these. That is the best buffalo wing in the county.
You eat buffalo?
No, it's just chicken. It was invented in Buffalo, the city.
So it's not buffalo.
You all right, man?
Still got it?
Come on, guys. Sorry, it's a thing I do.
You drink Stella?
I have taste, David.
There's something I have to tell you.
My brother is a famous soccer player?
Yeah.
So how famous are you? Like Matt Damon famous?
Maybe Ben Affleck famous.
That's a shame.
All right. That last little bit was funny. The other part of it was kind of like, eh.
Did someone photobomb us? Is that Doja Cat?
For the last time, no famous people. I want to be in this ad. Miss Cat? Come on. We've been through this. You gotta go. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. I'm not gonna say it again. Fine.
So if you took a photo at one of our drive-through cams, you could be in our big game ad. Participants may be slightly...
I like this ad. I like this ad. That's a good one. That was a good one.
Do I have to go? You can stay with me. We can stay up all night and eat snacks. I'll miss you.
Here is something to remember me.
We'll never forget you.
What about us? Yeah, what about the dads? You got any gifts for us?
I didn't really talk to you much.
I talked to you. You lived in my garage.
You didn't know I was in there.
You ate all my pizza rolls. These are like $100. That's kind of a lot of money, Chasmo.
No, Totino's pizza rolls are 10 for about $1.
Well, then give us about $1.
Why do you even care?
This is a good commercial.
I want something from an alien.
No.
No. Spaceship.
That's not doing anything.
Yeah, it is. He's pushing on it.
That doesn't matter.
It's moving it. I kicked it. Nice. Good job. Yeah. Chasmo, give us something.
My name's not Chasmo.
What? Your name's not Chasmo? Why have we been calling you Chasmo?
You just started doing it.
What is your name?
I don't know. Names aren't like a big deal.
Yeah, they are, buddy. Yeah, they are. They're a really big deal.
Doesn't matter. I'm leaving.
You know, next time you come back, buddy, have a name.
All right, I like it. I think they were.
Big deal. Unfortunately, they are. I hate to break it to you.
It has been
A little weak, but all right, still good.
What should I call it? The National Football League. From the very beginning, football has been a conspiracy to make us hungry. And we'll call this...
Yeah, the guy in the straight polo is hilarious.
And everybody loves bacon. I love bacon. They do anything to sell food.
Coach, how come we only play on Sundays?
Because nobody's eating ice cream Saturdays, kid.
Jeez.
So the Packers were named after meat packers.
So what should we call the fans, Coach?
Cheeseheads. Of course.
Why do you think Buffalo got a team?
These wings deserve a team.
Yeah. I figured out a good team name for Buffalo, Bill. Buffalo. Buffalo.
And their biggest game? Come on. Our championship will be a Super Cup.
Can't eat out of a cup, Ted. But a bowl? How about a Super Bowl? And we'll start naming players after appliances.
Hey, Coach, do I have to be called refrigerator?
Yes. And Peyton, he was a beef salesman. Omaha! Steak. Omaha! Steak. And they're still playing us. This year, we're not even hiding it anymore. We have Super Bowl licks. With a halftime show presented by an apple. In a stadium named after
A salad.
Matthew.
Yeah. Hey.
Sorry, sir. You want me to make a movie about a football conspiracy?
Yes.
No.
Come on, Greta.
No.
Bacon's in.
Everybody loves bacon.
No one believes that football is just some conspiracy to sell food.
All right, that's all of them. That's what we ended up getting from all the big ones for the Super Bowl. I don't know. I thought there, out of all of those, millions and millions of dollars between the production and the airtime, there was a couple of good ones and a whole lot of stinkers. And the funniest one was like the one that had some guys who are like B-League talent. And I think that Chasmo thing, I think that's the voice of Bill Hader, is what it sounded like to me. No. Yeah, I mean, I think that's who it was. Anyway, it was good stuff. I was hoping there would be some more good ones in there. But they were, again, out of all those millions, they should just reach out to Saipan and see some of the talent that we got out here to help them with some of their spots. I don't know, just a little bit more creative. Like, they were well produced for sure. And I know they spent a ridiculous amount of money on those things, but yeah, mildly entertaining. That's why nobody really cared. They weren't that great. Like that commercial with the eyebrows and the mustache, same commercial, basically, for Pringles and for Little Caesars. At least one of those products you can actually get here. The other one, not so much. All right, guys, we are going to wrap it up a little bit early today. And the main reason is because, like I said, we got two things going on at 9 o'clock today. We have to run around. But I want to get to at least one of the stories in the paper that we saw today about CPA agreeing to pay GPPC $9.75 million. Wow. The one that kills me about this is that it was that the whole thing is that they alleged that GPPC screwed up redoing the runway. Yeah. They said they blew it, so they sued them. They actually stopped paying. This is going back a long time ago, right? So you can't just blame these guys now or something like that. This is like 16 years ago. I know, right? So they stopped paying them, and GPPC is like, hey, by the way, you know, that's a lot of money that you owe us for doing all this stuff. So CPA said, you know, we're cutting your contract because you're screwing it up. So that's it. Well, GPPC said, hey, according to your stuff, your RFP, we're doing what we're supposed to do. And so they were scrapping back and forth, and they finally said, you know what, let's just get this over and done with. So they signed the agreement a couple weeks ago, and that's it. So they really wanted almost $39 million. They end up getting 9.75. So not a bad deal. Oh, speaking of stories that happen in the newspapers, Senator Donald Manglonia from Rhoda was kind of upset because of the way one of his stories was kind of portrayed about the off-road vehicle licensing and regulation and all that stuff. He's like, hey, it's not about trying to regulate the 4x4 industry so that when you want to go grab like a moped and go take it up Top Chow, it's going to cost you an extra whole lot of money. No, what they want to do is have some of these lighter vehicles that normally wouldn't be street legal and making them street legal to save people some money. So we reached out to him to try to get him on the show, and we'll see if he can't come on and explain it a little bit more to us. I want to give him the opportunity to do just that, and I think that would be pretty cool. All right, is this the same story that we talked about before? Just want to check this one out to see if it is. I'm just looking for the name. No, it's another one. and this might be the guy who's in Guam still. Yeah, so check this out. This is an interesting story where the folks from the CNMI and Guam are not communicating well on the federal level because the folks from the district court in the CNMI are trying to go after some of these illegal boat kind of folks, right? The folks who make their way into Guam and everything. They're like, hey, they get to Guam and they try to put in for asylum. Like these folks who are coming in, they hop on a boat here to try to get to Guam illegally. They finally get arrested in Guam. They're like, hey, asylum, right? They're trying to stay there. So anyway, they get charged there in Guam, but they're really arrested there, and their case is now supposed to be in the CNMI. So they're trying to try them here in the CNMI. The problem is these guys who might not have any paperwork or any funds, they're not able to get back here, even though technically they're responsible to get back to Saipan for their court dates. And so they try to get them tried over there in Guam. It doesn't work. They try to get them held for their hearings. They don't, because they're like, nope, they're fine. They're not a flight risk. They can't go anywhere. And they don't show up. So it goes on this whole big deal where they run around in circles trying to do this stuff. The folks from the crime fighters aren't happy about it. The attorneys can't be happy about it either. Even for the defense, they can't be happy about it. And so what ends up happening, justice is never served on these people who are trying to get to Guam illegally. And these are not folks who are just like looking for a better way of life. These are folks who could be potentially, problematic for 3 major military bases that are over there, right? Anderson, Navy, and Camp Laws. And these are folks who are specifically from China. They're from China. Anyway, there's got to be a lot of house cleaning over there. And I think, maybe that'll end up being part of what happens in the States, all that stuff that's going on. And boy, that's a topic for a big day. Maybe we'll end up getting into that tomorrow. Start really breaking down all that stuff that's happening, all those changes, whether they're good, they're bad, whether they work or they don't, whether they're paused or there's an injunction or something. There's so many changes happening in the States. I don't think they're all bad. There might be a couple of things that I don't like in there, but I think there's a lot of them that make a lot of sense. That, literally, I think people have just been waiting for some of these changes to happen, because when you see that these major corporations are jumping on for these things, and other countries are jumping on board with these changes too, which is just amazing. It's like, and I don't want to give anybody any praise for stuff like this, but I'm like, what were they waiting for? If everybody was thinking that these were changes that wanted to be made, why were they just waiting for that election? Right? Why were they waiting for that election? Why didn't they just make the changes ahead of time? Anyhow, well, that's all we got for today. Well, because we're going to run out and we're going to go hit up our other meetings that we've got, and look forward to jumping all over that stuff. And got all these other messages popping up. Thanks for joining us today, guys. Tomorrow we are going to be way less football, so don't worry about that, guys. I know you were done with football a while ago for some of you guys, but man, hey, that's the big day. I'm a big fan, and we got to talk about that kind of stuff. It's the biggest game of the year. I mean, it really is. Don't worry about all the other stuff. That is the biggest game of the year. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it for today. We're going to be back again tomorrow, 7 o'clock-ish, and where we talk about all kinds of stuff. We're going to start getting into a lot of the stuff that's happening in the mainland. Right now, the big thing that was happening in the mainland was the Super Bowl. So now that we're done with that, we'll go back to regular stuff tomorrow. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow morning and all the rest of the week.
Good morning, Marianas. So many things we got to discuss. Hot for day, Tirawami greetings. To Rhoda, Guam, Saipan, and Tinian. For all your island news. From a beautiful place with Pacific views. It's always so much fun on Good Morning, Mariana.